everyone. Welcome to Taking the Pulse, a healthcare and life sciences video podcast. I am Heather Hoops Matthews here in our studio in South Carolina today. First, joined by Lauren DeMoss, a healthcare attorney with Maynard Nexon in an Alabama studio. Lauren, good to see you.
Heather, as always, great to be here.
And joining me in person, joining me again, we're so happy to have you back, is Dave DeStefano. He is the president and CEO of We Are Sharing Hope, a federally designated organ procurement organization that offers hope through the gift of organ and tissue donations. Dave, we're thrilled to have you back. We love talking about your topic. We know what it is and why we love it, but would you give our viewers and listeners a refresher on your mission?
Absolutely. It's a mission that is very near and dear to everyone who works at Sharing Hope. We're, as you said, with a federally designated mission-based organization who's dedicated to offering the gift of organ, eye, and tissue donation to our patients and their families at the end of life.
And that's a tough, emotional time.
It is. It's incredibly difficult because we are dealing with families in their most acute phase of grief. Organ, tissue, and eye donors are often a tragic loss. But what it really does is let us see the best of humanity. We see folks who are suffering one of the greatest tragedies of their life, but they're still finding the strength, the courage, and the character to say yes to this amazing gift and give a second chance at life to others who are waiting for that precious gift.
Yeah, Dave, can you share with us how many people are waiting in South Carolina alone for organ donation and how many lives can be saved from just one organ donor hero alone?
It's such a great question. There are over 1,500 people waiting in South Carolina alone for this precious gift. And across the country, there's over 100,000 who are waiting. One organ donor can save the lives of 8 people, and a tissue donor can enhance the lives of almost 75 to 100 people with the precious gift of tissue.
How would we hear those numbers? How would we know those numbers if you're not telling them?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of places you can get information about donation. Probably the simplest place is our website. Go to our website at sharinghopesc.org. We offer a tremendous amount of information about what this gift means. We offer inspiring stories of those who've given the gift and the lives that they've saved. And it allows people to understand a little more about this precious gift and what's involved.
Could I learn from both a donor perspective and then just like a family member perspective?
Yeah, you sure can. We have videos and testimonials from our donor families who've experienced this and made the courageous decision to donate. And also we have stories from the recipients who tell you what it means to receive that gift. And the amazing thing for me, I've done this for over 30 years, is to recognize that once someone says yes to donation, and once that gift is given, every moment of that recipient's life, from that point forward, every sunset, every walk on the beach, every walk down the aisle, is a direct result of that donor gift and that donor legacy that they've been able to leave. And I can't understate how important that is and how valuable that is to our organization to know that that individual who has passed lives on in others.
Dave, you mentioned tissue donation, and it's my understanding there's a difference between organ donation and tissue donation. Can you tell us more about tissue donation and what that means?
I sure can. So we consider organ donation to be life-saving. There is a wait list for organs, and those recipients will die without their precious gift. Tissue donation is considered life-enhancing, but I think that term understates what this gift means. Life-enhancing means that a cornea that's donated from an individual can go to make someone who is blind on Monday have the gift of sight again on Wednesday. People who are waiting for heart valves are almost as sick as those patients who are waiting for full heart transplants, and a heart valve donation can be transplanted into these recipients and give them the gift of exercise, the gift of energy, the gift of quality of life back. And it's pretty amazing. And as we said, tissue donation has even a greater impact in the sense that you can save almost 100 people with one tissue donor, or at least enhance those lives of 100 people with one tissue donor. And I think that's an amazing thing for people to understand, that this gift of tissue that can happen after the heart stops, and there's a lot more opportunity for tissue donation, can really have such a positive impact on our community, both locally, regionally, and nationally.
Hearing your answer, honestly, when you said tissue, I just did not think about corneas or heart valves or something like that. I thought about I don't know, skin or underneath my skin or something like that.
Well, it's such a great question. We can talk a little bit about skin donation is something that we can help facilitate. And the amazing thing is burn victims are the beneficiary of these donations, right? And burn victims actually will die if they don't get a graft of tissue. And so these skin donors that we're able to help facilitate, once the family says yes, can go to save those burn victims' life and give them some quality of life back that they wouldn't have, because there's not a great substitute for that. Bone is another thing that we're able to donate and give to a waiting recipient for spinal fusions and for deformative procedures to kind of give them their facial structure back. And there's so many uses of this tissue that have such benefit that it's just amazing to be a small part of this.
Yes. Well, Lauren, I know because of our technology, you can't always see every answer that Dave's giving, but he has the biggest smile on his face when he's talking about it. Now, I've been to your facility in the Low Country. It's gorgeous. And I have seen your employees, and they all have the same type of joy and smile.
Yeah.
You were recently named in 2024 like one of South Carolina's top places to work.
Yep.
Tell us about your culture.
Oh, I'd love to talk about our culture. One of the things we try to remember is that our organization, our mission is built on the grace of others. People have to say yes to this precious gift for us to be able to do our job. And so we want to make sure that that feeling that is kind of embedded within our culture. We believe very strongly in a positive and collaborative culture, and we think that it's our job as leaders to focus on our teams and have those teams feel valued, feel trained, feel as if they have all the resources they need to best serve the people of South Carolina. So if we're doing our job right, we're creating an environment for those individuals that can go out in the community and perform the best they can in their interaction with our families, in having inspiring conversations, in educating our community, and making sure that they represent this amazing gift in these amazing families and donor patients, donor heroes, in everything that they do. And I'm incredibly proud of this particular honor because this is a direct reflection of the directors and the leadership team we have, the managers and directors committing to a positive culture, committing to the people that we hire, and committing to making sure that their work every day goes to elevating the staff so that we can elevate the mission in South Carolina.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. Dave, hearing you talk certainly inspires me. And so I have a feeling it inspires others as well. So if someone wants more information on organ and tissue donation in South Carolina, can you talk us through what that person should do? Like, what are the steps to kind of get to you all and go from there?
I think that the best advice I would give everyone is we are your resource across the state for this amazing gift, both what it means and the process involved. So I would have everyone go to our website. That's the first place I would direct people, sharinghopesc.org. And that has a lot of information that's there. We're always happy to host people in the community. So if anyone has questions and they would like to come by the office and talk to any one of us, myself included, they just need to call the office and get connected with our folks, and we will make time for people in the community to talk about this precious gift and what it means, and to make sure people are educated. Our goal is to make sure we educate and inspire our community so they say yes to this gift, and in saying yes, they can leave a legacy for themselves and give lives to others.
Now, in South Carolina, I know I just answered a question. Yes, I want to be an organ donor. I got a little hard on my driver's license. Is that how it is in many states?
It is. Many states have a registry that people can, like at the DMV, if you say yes in South Carolina, that means yes to organ, tissue, and eye donation for transplant, research, and or therapy. And so it's our job to really make sure we honor that decision. And I think it's important that people do understand that when you say yes to donation, we take that very seriously. And we are going to do everything we can to advocate you in that moment, advocate for you at the end of life, and make sure that decision is seen through. And that's our job, to make sure we do that for our patients while caring for our families.
Well, we can tell that you do care and that you enjoy your job.
Thank you.
On behalf of Lauren and our entire team at Taking the Pulse, Dave, thank you so much for the good work that you do.
Thank you.
And for joining us again. We always love
having
you on.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for having me back, and I'll come talk about this anytime.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll count on having you back again.
Thank you.
For those who joined us today, we hope you learned a little bit more about organ and tissue donation, and we hope that you do a little bit more research if you are on the fence or undecided at this point. Again, because of the grace of others. I like how you put that. Thank you for joining us. Send us your feedback if you have ideas for future guests. We welcome that, and we look forward to seeing you next time right here on Taking the Pulse, a healthcare and life sciences video podcast.